Hey, welcome to Fallout 4 and Happy New Year to everybody out there. I had a little bit of a break, had a week or so off, no recording. It's been good to spend some time with the family, but now that everyone's sort of gone back to their work, school, me included, I thought I'd start doing some new videos for 2024. So our last video was we were looking at building this marsh slash swamp based settlement here, and things are looking a little bit different to last time. I decided to do a little bit of the furnishing off screen because I don't think it's particularly interesting. So I spent some time doing some things around the place and just sort of, if I just pop in here, just putting, bits and bobs around and just sort of filling in the insides of these houses a bit and just sort of making them look a little bit more homely. And also I tried to fix, in the last video you would have seen, there was a texture missing in my my mod to get sort of shorter grass, just so I didn't have it sort of popping up through everything. And there was a texture missing, and there was sort of a purple default color, I guess, where the texture's meant to be, and I tried to fix it. We have a mod that sort of fills in textures, the grass and bits and bobs and things like this, but as you can see, it's sort of gone a little bit overboard. I think it's basically replaced the mud texture, the sort of swampy mud texture, unfortunately. So if we zoom out, we are looking like this. It's very green, it's very grassy. I'm not really a fan of the look. Possibly would work well in the sort of more urban built up areas. In fact, I was building another settlement just before and it did look quite good there. But for this one it doesn't really work. But I'm going to stick with it because I just can't be bothered mucking around with it at this stage right now. As you can see, that's the old look over there. You have that sort of darker mud, kind of dead grass look. And because we're on the edge of the map, it does repeat, so that is an issue. But we do not have any of that purple hue as we did before. And it was particularly bad over there. There's a spot over there where it was just everywhere and it just looked really ugly. So I'm glad, in a way, I'm glad that I figured out what the issue was. I kind of guessed before, but it's good that we figured it out. But yeah, we'll have to find something else to work with this because I'm not super thrilled on the look. Just continuing on from last time, we put in some stuff to make it look, more built up. We have some cats and things. That cat is floating, very nice, bits and bobs around. Let me just see. If we come over here, I think there is a guard dog. He's disappeared down there. We got some doggos. And we built some shops. We've got a armory, I guess, gun shop. And that's all blocked off so people can't go around stealing. And I mean, I trust my settlers, but could be some some guests that come through. So yeah, I've just sort of dotted things around, try to make it look a little bit better and move some things around, and it's looking like a proper settlement, I think. So I did want to finish this one off probably probably today, possibly a third episode, because I'll take a quick detour. Let me just, so I was talking to, just sort of discussing things with some folks on Reddit, and they were trying to guess, because I posted some pictures of this one, and they were trying to guess where I was based out of, and a lot of them said it was the Mirkwood, I believe, settlement, and that's not the case. But I realized that we are pretty close. As you can see, I have been mocking something up that is not final, but we are pretty close to that settlement, so which is here. And oh, you're floating too. I just dotted these, basically these lamps that kind of guide you to our our swampy settlement. So you just follow these lamps. I've tried to choose kind of the shortest, I guess the less shrubby route to get here. But that's very cool. So that's kind of an added bonus. We have 2 very close settlements, and in fact, I have another one that I don't think I've done a video on over there somewhere, and it's kind of in a similar style to this, but it's on the coast. So maybe we'll do a tour of that one another day. Anyway, getting into the main content of this video, I wanted to finish this one off by developing this area here. We have this area, that fence line is basically the edge of the map, well, sorry, the edge of the settlement map. And I wanted to sort of finish off this corner. So I've got some ideas. I want to put some more sort of shoppy things in. And as you can see here, I have a fenced off area, which you might be able to tell from that thing what the idea is. And I've got some sort of structures and stuff like that. A lot of these are mod based, so I will try and point out what I'm using as we go through. Let me just turn on collision, and let's just go into the build menu, and we're going to fill out this area with basically farm animals. So I've sort of fenced it off, so hopefully they won't walk away, and I'll find them sort of dotted around the settlement. Hopefully that's gonna, we're gonna be able to secure these beasts. But we are kind of sticking with sort of the domestic animals. We're not going to go too crazy with, death claws and the bears and whatever. So the homemaker mod was the one that I used for the fencing. It's got some great fence options, so definitely check that one out if you can. And the little sort of animal houses slash whatever you call those overhang things is this CVC, which you would have seen me use in the last episode. It's got tons of awesome stuff, so that is the one I used there. And in terms of the animals, this one I can't remember what it's called on Nexus. I just put in animals, and then you find it in the settlement mod area. And the original, I think the original mod is gone now. So I actually found a Spanish language one. It was kind of, I don't speak Spanish, but it was kind of obvious from the pictures what the mod was about, and it was obviously a Spanish language version of the original mod, which I couldn't find the English version of, so that might be the only way it exists on Nexus. So definitely check that out, and let me just find it here. Okay, for me, I need to go to decorations, and it's basically in this miscellaneous category. And as you can see, it's not, the animals start appearing not too far from the front, but you have to sort of, for me at least, I need to sort of scroll through and look for the other ones. So I'm going to add probably a couple of these, and then let's just keep going through. Okay, what do we have here? So these got the dogs. We've got plenty of dogs, and they're actually set up for the defense. So let's just, okay, that produces happiness. But we will keep going through. I don't really want to, for some reason it's got bloat fly, I should say. I don't really want to add those. Keep going through. As you can see, I've got other mods there for shelves and things like that, which is all good. We got a gorilla, obviously an institute gorilla. But I don't think it kind of works in this case, so let's just keep going. Okay, so we can look at these ones here. These are kind of the deer, doe, whatever. So I might do like one. Let's do two, because these are the kind of the babies, aren't they? And let's just do maybe a mummy and then a daddy. And what else have we got? We got another one. I don't want to add another one actually. Let me just keep. That must be the brown color versus a white. It is. Maybe I will go brown just because it looks more typical. Well, let's not do that one. Let's get rid of you. You're a little bit too intense. And do we have any other animals that we could possibly... We got these wild dogs. This probably doesn't really fit the theme, and we might have reached the end. We got the bear. Yeah, that's the end. So in terms of the animals, I think we are pretty much there. Let me just move one of these up here just to sort of space them out a little bit. And is that enough? Because I mean the space isn't particularly big. And hopefully they move around a little bit more. Maybe we'll just chuck in... We'll keep one male there because I think, you know, in real life they would probably start fighting. Let's maybe just do another... Maybe another female. So we got 2 and... Okay, what if we do the albino one instead? Is that one? No. Keep choosing the wrong one. Goodness me. That's the one. Just for a little bit of variety. And... Got them spaced out a little bit. Oh goodness me. Making a racket. Okay, so I think that's probably enough. I don't, you know, I want to cram too many in here. Let's maybe put you... I haven't actually sort of explored this mod much, so obviously they're just sort of sitting down and standing up. I'm not sure if they walk around and eat or whatnot. Hopefully they do. That would be advantageous, just for the look of things. Okay, let me just set game hour to something more reasonable so we know what we are up to. So I have kind of done most of this off screen, unfortunately, but it's pretty clear, you know, what I've sort of done. I've just sort of put the fence up, put the sort of housing in, and then just done a couple of troughs and some extra hay there for the animals. So that section is sort of taken care of now. And this section here I kind of wanted to turn into a little bit of another shopping area, or shopping trade area. So I'm going to try and figure out how we're going to get this integrating this sort of walkway up here, because I guess they could walk on the grass, but just keeping in theme, I think, you know, having the sort of pathway going all the way. And we've got to figure out buildings, what we're going to do. Because we have some water, I'm probably going to build in the water and try and integrate it somehow. Maybe a little wharf or something, but it's, you know, this area is quite small. But if we... Is that connected? I mean, it's semi-connected, so if we delete that fence line, then I guess we have access out, but, you know... I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I thought it just went nighttime. Why is it so dark? Is that the storm? Anyway, so let me. I'm just gonna sort of flesh something out, and then I'll be back with you in a short while. Okay, so you would have seen in the time lapse here that we quickly kind of built this sort of section out. So we have 3 houses here of decent size. I think I'm going to try and make them all, I actually forgot to do that, make them all kind of homes slash businesses in some way. And I have some sort of things I want to do. I've sort of written them down. But let's just quickly jump back in because I need to fix this one. So this one's actually basically 2 homes on top of each other. And we've got access to the lower section, but the upper section is currently not able to be accessed. So if we jump into the wood section here, let's just see if we can get away with something like this. Is that going to be... It's going to be too short. So if we chuck in... Is that going to snap for us, or is that going to give us pain? Okay, so we can do that, and then we can just chuck... Actually, I'm a little bit concerned because sometimes when they are kind of intersecting like that, the computer or the AI doesn't want to go past it. So you kind of have to have it like that, kind of lumped on top. Let me just see if we can put that back. Yes, perfect. And let's just get some kind of floor. Yeah, I kind of like this color. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of an intersection here. Make it look somewhat legit. Alrighty, perfect. So we need to introduce some lighting to this area as well. And I just put these steps here because oftentimes when the settlers sort of fall off, they don't really know how to get back on. But if you add stairs and ramps and ladders and things, they can figure it out. Now, as you can see here, we are having problems where they're just sort of all just standing around. Typically, they will find something to do, like sit down or walk around or do something like that. But when your settlement size, what I've noticed is when your settlement size gets to a certain level, people just tend to stand around like this. But hopefully, once we get these people assigned to certain things over here, then we will be able to have less of that. Now, I just noticed that the animals don't really do much. They're kind of in the same kind of place. They are eating and sort of, that guy's moved a little bit, but they do kind of just stay in the same place, which, I mean, it's okay for me, I think, because, you know, they're not completely static, which is not what I'm about. But you know, we do have a little bit of movement, which is, you know, not ideal. I would like to have them sort of walking around, but this is better than nothing, I guess. So let's get some lighting in now. To keep it in line with the rest of the settlement, I've got this sort of flame lantern going on. So let's go to the CVC mod, and you want to go building, and it is in fire. So we have a few options here. Let me just, because we can spice it up a little bit. What if we just put something like, have a few different ones. Don't want to get that too much in the way, but I think that's okay. And can we do one over here somewhere? You kind of need to find like a wall that's not interrupted with other geometry like this stuff over here. I think that's okay. And I'll put some, I'll do another time lapse and sort of fill these out with stuff, and you can sort of put the candles and things on there as well, so that's good. Now in terms of what we're going to use these buildings for, I'm going to do that. That's the house up there. That's going to be like some sort of trade or shop or something like that. And this one is going to be a shop, I think, and then this one's probably going to be mixed. So I haven't sort of worked out exactly what I'm going to do here, but we do have some options. So we have stores like this where you do have you know, placeholders or whatever, and then they do give you sort of, you know, this sort of thing going on. But they do have another section. So if you go to, I think it's resources, and then where are we? Defense. So we have this other one, and what these are is basically you can assign them like a defense post, but obviously this one the person's going to be typing truck paper. I don't know what's going to happen with this one. Maybe somebody's stacking something in the back or something. And we have some other stuff like for putting on turrets and things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do something like this. And there's also, I think there is also another one. We've got guard chairs, guard outposts, guard posts. I think it's in this one where they have kind of like, no, not in that one. Actual jobs. Let me just see. Okay, so I was completely in the wrong section. So we have defense, and the next one over is working guards. This is the one that I was trying to look for. So this one produces, you can assign it like an actual, you know, defensive guard position, but the people will be doing certain jobs. So as you can see in the written section above, assign 1 guard to 3 workstations, guard will sandbox between them. So if you put them, you know, if you get them on theme, then they can, so if you've got this one here and then possibly this one over here, they will sort of work between them, which is kind of what I want to do. Now this one here, I think is the one I've used here, and this person will basically just kick it and kind of pretend, you know, they're trying to get into it. And I do have another one over here, moving incredibly slowly. This person will kind of work between these 3 here as well. So it's kind of out of the way so you don't really see it, so we'll have to kind of try and make it more prominent over here. So I thought about making a clinic. We do have a clinic over there, but I want to make one that's sort of more like a hospital kind of setup instead of just somebody's living room. A clinic, and let me, I've got this written down somewhere. A mechanic of some sort. We do have this engine guy over here, but you know, I thought about getting some like with the, you know, these kind of cars and stuff, and just a general workshop type situation, and possibly even like a electronics room or something like that, because I think there is a, yeah, we do have this, so somebody that works with electronics, not necessarily like a radar kind of room, but you know, just somebody that kind of generally does this sort of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another time lapse, and we'll come back when we've sort of set everyone out, if that makes sense. Okay, so this one is pretty much finished now. We've got several stations set up as you would have seen in the time lapse. We just have her working on this engine here, and then inside we have this station here, which I guess is just random gadgets and things, and another workstation, and then upstairs very quickly we have the main dwelling, which is cool. We got the kitchen set up and somewhere to sit, you know, the table, and this is actually assigned as a bed, which is, as you can see there, you can sleep on that, so that is awesome. So the next one is this one here, and I'm thinking maybe this one is going to be kind of like a clinic. I don't think this is going to have any sort of housing thing going on, but this one here I will. Maybe this one will be some kind of generic trader or something. But anyway, let's get into the clinic. Okay, we have the surgery slash clinic sorted now. We've got the signs out. We've got a little bit of a waiting area here. We've got some seats that they can, I guess patients can sit down. We've got our, what do you call it, generator there for some electricity. I just thought if we have candles inside, it's a little bit, I guess you need a little bit more light than that. But the inside, as you can see from the time lapse, is very kitted out. It's probably a little bit cramped in here with just how much stuff there is, but I think it's better to have more than less in this case. And I've just assigned this guy to this station here. I don't think he'll do anything with this, but as long as somebody's in here, I guess it looks lived in. And I guess this is set up as like a guard station, and this seat is too, but they are separate mods, so I'm not sure if they'll interact with each other. But if you put two stations next to each other or near each other, sometimes they will go between them. So hopefully this will be the case for this guy. So he will, hopefully, fingers crossed, when he's done on there, he'll go sit down on there as well and sort of go between. So that one's set up, this person's set up, so the last one here is this one here. So I just have to figure out what I'm going to put in there, and we've got to put a bed in here as well for somebody, and that'll be it. Now we did have, in the meantime, we did have a little bit of an issue. I accidentally shot somebody, and for some reason, because these settlers are spawned in rather than using the beacon, the radio beacon, they did not, when I sort of shot back, they did not sort of lay on the ground as they usually do and wait to revive. They actually died, so I had to basically replace everyone here, which is not good, but that's all we had to do. And I'm going to try and keep them to about 20, because I notice if you go beyond 20, they start sort of standing around and kind of just doing weird things. So I'm going to try and keep it at that 20 population level. and hopefully there'll be less of this and more of the actual working. So far everyone seems to be, because I basically had to reassign everyone except for this person, but they're kind of sticking to their jobs at this point, so fingers crossed that is retained. But anyway, I will get on to this last one. So I think this one is complete now. So we just done like a armorer slash clothes. Just have a little display outside, and then we have the shelves all nicely showing everything off. Oh, sorry dude, you're talking to me. And of course we had some got some homely comforts in here as well. So he's got a bed, which I've assigned him to as well, a cooking station, and some food stuff there, and he's just assigned to just assigned to a mat there that has basically just a clipboard animation, so he'll stand there. And this section I think is done. So we're floating through something. We have our 3 trades shops, I guess, put in there just to fill the area in. We've got a little bit of space back there, but I'm not too sure what else we could do. We probably cram like one more building in there and then maybe connect it through there, but I don't know. I think we're kind of at the limit now, so especially with the population limit in terms of, actually looks quite sparse. You know, how many people can be in here without it freaking out. But yeah, everyone's sort of doing their thing. We do have some unassigned people, so that hopefully they'll sort of walk around and make themselves look semi-busy. But yeah, I think this settlement is finished. So I think to finish off the video, I'm just going to do some kind of some beauty shots, kind of flying through the place, just to give you a look. But yeah, let me just zoom out a little bit. This one's quite expansive. I really enjoyed doing this one. I kind of like doing the lore plus, if that makes sense. You know, sort of lore with mods, just to sort of, you know, make things feel a little bit more established. Because, as you know, many people point out online, it's like what, 200 years or whatever since the Great War. So, you know, they should have. I think, you know, people in the Commonwealth should be a little bit more established than they are in the vanilla game. So that's what we're trying to do with this. So hope you enjoyed that one, and stick around if you want to enjoy some slow beauty shots. So I'll see you on the next one. Thank you and goodbye.